Hello there, this is the Bookkeeping Master on YouTube. Welcome to another free QuickBooks Online tutorial video. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a bank feed on QuickBooks Online. The whole point of the bank feed is to save you time. Basically the way it works is any transactions from the last 24 hours that go through the bank account will automatically go through the banking feed and be uploaded onto QuickBooks Online for you. It saves you manually posting these transactions every 24 hours. They're all ready for you. It's quite simple to do. Just go to the banking module here, click on connect account. If you already have an account connected, then the connect account button might appear at the top right up here. It might be a new button. You click on new, then click on connect account. If we click on connect account, we then search for our bank that our business bank account is with. Perhaps it's Barclays. We can just click on this. You then click Let's Go, and you would sign into your online banking. That will then connect QuickBooks Online to your online banking, and that bank feed will be created. You can have as many bank feeds as you like. So if the business has 3 or 4 business accounts, perhaps a savings account, you can post and create those bank feeds for multiple accounts for all of them. Now, if you don't feel comfortable connecting QuickBooks Online to the business bank account, or perhaps for some reason you don't want to, or you can't connect that bank feed, you can't connect QuickBooks Online to your online banking, then your other option is to download your bank statements as a CSV file and then to upload that. So if you upload that to QuickBooks Online, that will post the transactions for you as well. So I have a spreadsheet here that I've created, a CSV file. This is like a dummy bank statement. I have the date, description and amount. I'm going to upload this to QuickBooks Online to demonstrate this to you. So if you don't want to connect account, you can click on upload transactions. Once again, if an account has already been connected, this upload transactions button will likely appear at the top right somewhere. So we click on upload transactions. We then find our file and drop that in there. Click continue. It asks us which bank account these transactions are for. So I put Barclays business bank account. If it's your NatWest savings account transactions, obviously you select the NatWest savings account. Click continue. It asks the first row is a header, which it is. Let's bring up the spreadsheet again. So the first row at the top here is our headers, date, description, amounts. It's the column headings. If that's not the case on your CSV file, I suggest you format it. Perhaps delete the top rows or whatever is at the top, just so these headings are at the top. You can obviously format and change this data before you upload it to QuickBooks Online. How many columns show amounts? It's just the one. It doesn't mean the date, it means the monetary amounts. The reason why I asked that is some bank statements, when you download them, will have one column for the positive figures, the money in, and one column for the money out, the negative figures. Other bank statements, such as this one, just have plus and minus figures in one column. So that's what it's asking about. So only one column shows amount. And what is the date format? Let's have a look. So it's day/month/year. So we just find that. We have month, day, year, day/month/year. It's now asking a number of questions to try and grab the data. So which column shows the date? Well, it's column 1, name date. Which column is the description? Well, it's column 2, which is description. And which column has the amount? It's column 3, amount. You might have lots and lots of columns that are not needed. You just have to point QuickBooks to the right column so that these fields here match the columns on your spreadsheet. Let's click continue. It's now asking us if we want to import all these transactions. So these are transactions that QuickBooks is going to import. I've just ticked them all. I click continue. Do I want to import these 11 transactions? Yes, I do. Those 11 transactions are now being imported into QuickBooks Online. And if we have a look here, you can see we have our 11 transactions. That has saved me manually entering those 11 transactions on QuickBooks Online. And obviously this is a very small bank statement, very few transactions. You could potentially have hundreds of these transactions every month, so it's so much quicker importing them than it is manually posting them to QuickBooks Online. We now simply just click add to add them to QuickBooks Online. You have to review and assign a category for each transaction, but I'll go through that in the next video. So this is part 1 of part 2. I'll link the video in the description below. I'll also have it appear on the screen. But this video is all about creating that bank feed. The next video will be about creating rules and assigning these transactions that we've imported or that have come through the bank feed. At this point, you can't tell the difference if these transactions have come through a bank feed or if they've been uploaded from a CSV file. It looks the same. It's the same process. You have these transactions, you have to review them and add them or reassign them or create rules to post them automatically once they're uploaded from the bank feed or uploaded from a CSV file.